Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Pooh Shiesty. Now, Pooh Shiesty's story has taken a weird twist to it, man. And maybe it's not a weird twist. Maybe it's the best decision on the case of his legal team that they got going for it. Now, Pooh Shiesty is looking at a Florida RICO case, and he's also looking at, several different cases all encompassed into one, right? Now, Pooh Shiesty's co-defendant allegedly pled guilty yesterday, according to reports, right? Now, there's also a report that came out today saying that Pooh Shiesty plans on taking a deal and is going to plead guilty in front of a Florida judge. Now, this story comes from the Rolling Stone, and before I get to the specifics and go down that story, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, this is probably one of the biggest developments in Pooh Shiesty's case. Now, according to a report from the Rolling Stone, they're saying that Pooh Shiesty plans on pleading guilty, man. Now, the story starts off like this. The headline says Pooh Shiesty tells judge he'll plead guilty in hotel confrontation. The rapper and co-defendant told the judge Thursday they wish to change their plea from not guilty to guilty. I was like, wow, man. So Pooh Shiesty is entering a guilty plea and hopefully throwing himself on the mercy of the court, it sounds like, man. Now, I'm not sure if that's for certain, but that's what it sounds like. Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says, jailed rapper Pooh Shiesty told a federal judge Thursday he intends to take a deal from prosecutors and plead guilty in his Florida case involving allegations he shot a man in the buttocks during a hotel confrontation last year. Now, for those of you who don't remember, that is the situation that allegedly took place at Bay Harbor Island, where Pooh Shiesty was allegedly on video shooting at somebody. You know what I mean? Now, this viral video doesn't mean that Pooh Shiesty definitely did this, but it looks like, according to this report, that he's pleading guilty to some part of this, right? Now, according to the story, it says his lawyer confirmed the development to Rolling Stone after a docket entry said Shiesty, whose real name is Lontrell Williams, and co-defendant Bobby Brown appeared at 5-minute hearing Thursday and told U.S. District Judge K. Michael Moore that they both wish they could change their plea from not guilty to guilty. In quotes, it says, we've entered into plea negotiations because there have been developments in the case I think change the dynamics of the case. Defense lawyer Bradford Cohen told Rolling Stone, declining to elaborate. So basically, his lawyer is saying that there's been some changes that has had their legal team go back and say, forget it, man, we want to change our plea. So that's where we are today. Now, the alleged victim in this shooting is identified as a Miami dude who's 28 years old by the name of Brandon Cooper, who recently was indicted in Florida on suspicion of taking part in an elaborate bank fraud scheme. So they're saying that the victim, or the alleged victim in this situation, actually got caught up in an indictment in some type of scheme, man. It's wild, man. This story gets even better. Now, the story continues by saying Williams' planned guilty plea means the jury trial in the case that was due to start Monday has been taken off the court's calendar, according to a paperless order posted Thursday. A formal change of plea hearing for Williams and Brown and his road manager was not immediately set. Williams, a 21-year-old Memphis rapper whose Back in Blood collaboration with Lil Durk went platinum in May, has been in jail since early July. He has previously pled not guilty for a 4-count federal indictment, carrying a possible maximum sentence of life in prison. Now, earlier I said a Florida RICO, but this was a federal RICO, so he has a federal indictment, right? So it's a wild situation for Pooh Shiesty, man. He's been locked up since July. His career was at the highest of its heights. Even other rappers have come out to say it's wild how everybody went to talking about Pooh Shiesty to not talking about Pooh Shiesty based on the fact that he got locked up. Now, the story also continues by saying this. Prosecutors claim Williams, Brown, 21, and a third co-defendant named Jaden DeRosa, 21, robbed and shot 2 victims during a meeting at the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Island on October 9th, 2020. According to the court filings, Williams allegedly drove a rented McLaren to the hotel to purchase a pair of high-end athletic sneakers And you know what? And also hoping to negotiate an extension of his vehicle rental as part of the transaction. Video surveillance allegedly shows Williams pulling up to the hotel with a brown riding shotgun and DeRosa behind the wheel of a black Mercedes Maybach. One man approached Williams and handed him a bag of the green stuff, while a second man handed Williams a shopping bag. An FBI affidavit states Williams allegedly pulled a pair of sneakers out of the shopping bag and started to examine them, while the second man walked around and climbed into the passenger seat vacated by Brown. As the second man held on the sneakers in his hand, Williams pointed a Draco subcompact weapon at him and demanded that he leave the sneakers in the car, according to the affidavit. So they're saying that Pooh Shiesty was there strictly for the jack move. He showed up saying, and this is all alleged, he showed up saying, hey, he was there to buy these high-end sneakers, but as soon as he checked the sneakers out or whatnot, made sure they were straight, he upped the Draco on them and was like, hey, leave these here. Now, this is wild, man. This is a wild story, and I haven't heard this take on it. Now, it continues also by saying DeRosa allegedly exited the Maybach at that point, approached the second man, and attempted to rob him of his jewelry. When the man fought back, Williams allegedly shot the man in the buttocks, prosecutors claim. Moments later, Brown allegedly shot the first man in the hip, causing him to fall to the ground, the affidavit reads. So they're saying that Pooh Shiesty allegedly shot one person, and the other guy who jumped out of the Maybach shot the first person to walk up to the car, allegedly, right? Now, as Williams, who is Pooh Shiesty, drove off, a Louis Vuitton bag stuffed with $40,000 in cash fell out of the driver's seat of the McLaren, authorities claim. Investigators linked the cash to Williams by matching the full serial number on one of the recovered bills to a $100 bill flashed on Williams' Instagram account days before the alleged robbery, officials say. So they're saying one of the leftover bills that they found at the scene of the crime, they could match to Pooh Shiesty's Instagram, where he had been probably doing the money stack or doing, just flashing some money allegedly. And they used that to, I guess they got a scanner or something to match up one of the bills found at the scene. That's some high technology right there. I'm not gonna lie, man. That should worry anybody who's flashing money on their Instagram or throwing money bags out there and stuff like that, man. That money can be tracked and traced, obviously. Now, Williams and his lawyers challenged his indictment in a flurry of filings ahead of Thursday's bombshell. A source close to Williams previously told Rolling Stone one of the alleged victims was trying to push other drugs on the rapper unsolicited. Williams also claimed the two alleged victims were armed during the incident, according to the filings. So basically, Pooh Shiesty and his team were saying that the dudes were trying to push some drugs on them, and they were allegedly, armed when they approached them. So they had a reason, to be armed and all that, right? Now, the most serious count in Williams' indictment, discharging a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence, carried the possible life sentence upon conviction. So now that they're saying that Pooh Shiesty reportedly is copping a plea and pleading guilty or whatnot, we're going to have to stand by to see what type of deal he gets in this situation. And it's going to move everything forward a little bit as far as the court dates, because this case was supposed to start on the 25th of October, but that's obviously going to change. Now, I know that is a whirlwind of information, and I'm going to be stay tuned to see what goes on next. But what do y'all think about this story? Do y'all feel like, man, maybe this might be a little trumped up or this might be exaggerated? Or do you feel like, man, Pooh Shiesty was really out here wilding, shooting dudes, stealing their sneakers, and trying to run them for their pockets and all that, and got caught up by, technology? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.